Hey everybody, this is Judge with the Cosmic Answer LLC. And if you haven't already heard of this channel, you're in for some Vedic astrology treats. So please like and subscribe and support what we do here, getting everybody to know who they are astrologically. Now, I want to talk about why your Mahadasha in your early years determine who you're supposed to be. So all those that know the Vimshottari Dasha system is a period of 120 years. And based on your Janma Nakshatra, or your moon placement in the lunar mansions, is going to determine which rulers are going to escort you through life. So I want to start off by saying this. Look into your Vimshottari Dasha. And the Mahadasha that is active during the majority of the years of your childhood and your early adolescence is going to segue you into your karma or your purpose. Again, based on your moon placement, look at the presiding ruling planet, then go to your Vimshottari Dasha system and look at the Mahadashas that were active during your early adolescent years. So with that being said, whatever it is, find that planet, then find the house of that planet and its dispositor. And these are connections to what you're supposed to do. For example, the late R&B singer Aaliyah, she only lived, I believe, 22 years. She only lived 22 years. That's very young and very early. She started her life off in K2 Mahadasha back in 1979. However, her Venus Mahadasha, which is a period of a score or 2 decades or 20 years, activated in 1982, meaning she only lived out her K2 Mahadasha approximately the tail end 3 of the 7 years. So she was a toddler by the time K2 Mahadasha ended. But when Venus Mahadasha activated, it was 20 years. And Aaliyah only lived to see about 22 years. So think about this, from 1982 all the way to the end of her life, because she died the 25th of August of 2001. So she lived out her Venus Mahadasha. Now, what is Venus? Venus is the arts, sex, fashion, luxury, relationships, females. She turned out to be an R&B singer. She got married at a young age to R. Kelly. Her entire life has been in the music industry. Did tremendous music. Was nominated for 5 Grammys. She did 2 films, Romeo Must Die and The Queen of the Damned. That's all Venus. Now, again, where is Venus in Aaliyah's natal chart? It's in the 11th sign, but in the Baba Chalit, it's in the 10th. Meaning, Aaliyah's Venus Mahadasha catapulted her to her duty to the public, which is the 10th house. And if you were to include the 11th, that's the gains of the 10th house, or her network system. So if you just take that, the Mahadasha that influenced Aaliyah in her early life, or pretty much her life as a whole, has been Venus around the 10th or 11th house, and that's exactly how she lived out her life. A lot of people with Venus in the 10th are supposed to be platforming in the arts or some type of skill or luxury. So let's look at another person, the well-known, he's a well-known Nation of Islam leader, Louis Farrakhan. He started his life off somewhere around the K2 Mahadasha, spent like his early years, his tender years from like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then he went on into his Venus Dasha to where I believe all the way up into his late 20s or early 30s. So, and Louis Farrakhan's K2 is in the 9th house of philosophies, preaching, religious studies, high scholarship, pilgrimages. Look what he's still doing. And Farrakhan, I believe, is in his 90s now. Yeah, he's in his 90s because he was 8 years Malcolm X's junior. Yeah, 8 years Malcolm X Jr. So he was born in the somewhere around the 1930s. Because Malcolm X was born in 1925. Hence, Farrakhan was born in 1933. So yeah, he's 92 years old. 92 years old and still doing what the precipice of his early adolescent Mahadashas have orchestrated. Because K2 is spirituality. K2 is moksha. And Farrakhan has K2 in his 9th house. So I say this because I want you all to know who you are without any misconceptions. Go into your own chart, study your own Conley, and look and find out what Mahadashas were active during your early childhood and adolescent years. And share in the comments. I'll help you. You can either schedule a reading if you want further in-depth analysis, and let me know. So I'm excited for you guys. You're my village, and let's get the conversation started. Again, this is Judge with the Cosmic Answer LLC, signing out.